Hello, folks. My name is David Edgar. I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I'm joining you tonight after Rangers 0-0 draw with Villarreal at Ibrox Stadium. A very battling performance. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, sang James Taylor, but I hope I never see that referee again. Rangers were reduced to 10 men in the 43rd minute after Daniel Candeias was sent off. It looked to everyone in the stadium like it was a case of mistaken identity because it wasn't his foul, it was Alfredo Morelos who'd made the foul. But the referee booked Daniel Candeias, hadn't realised that Daniel Candeias already was booked, and then realised and sent him off. Having now got home and just seen the replay very quickly there, I still think it was ludicrous. They might claim it was a stamp. I mean, it wasn't. Where was he supposed to put his foot? The referee tonight had a terrible performance. There were so many 50-50s that he just gave to Villarreal. You do wonder when you watch European football, not just us, not just our matches, if referees consciously or unconsciously tend to favour the club from the top five leagues. I think that certainly the more moneyed leagues in Europe, against everyone, not just us, yes, our fellow separated brethren in Scotland as well, and any team who don't have that kind of push at UEFA will tend to find themselves on the wrong end of these decisions more often than not. It was a shabby performance from him, but that just makes Rangers' performance all the better. We battled and we fought, and I was very proud of all of them. Villarreal are a team who should be beating us, and they haven't managed to over two games. We've got a better head-to-head record against them, and to hold on there and work hard enough against a team who can move the ball with the quality that they do, it was fantastic. Yes, they made chances, they were always going to. They're a very good side, and Alan McGregor was superb again. What a player he's been in this European run for us. He just, big games like that, he turns up, and he was absolutely splendid. And it's true what they say about a leader not always needing an armband. He is absolutely a leader of that side. He was wonderful. I thought Joe Worrell, the much maligned Joe Worrell, was pretty decent as well. He had a tough game to hold out, but him and Connor Goldson, I thought, played pretty well. My outfield man of the match was Scott Arfield, who I thought was terrific, both in terms of his attack, and he caused Villarreal problems, and in fact had a chance early doors with a snapshot in the box that unfortunately put right down the goalie's throat. But he caused them a lot of problems with his running and his movement, and then in the second half when he had to put in a shift defensively, he absolutely did. He got back and he scrapped. But picking out individual, Glenn Middleton as well. Just before I say picking out individual players is wrong, I'll pick out another one. But Glenn Middleton, for a youngster, I thought was absolutely brilliant tonight. Wee bit overexcited, maybe goes a wee bit too early, and that's why I get caught offside, but who can blame him? And that's the thing about this European run that's been so good, that these guys have picked up experience that you can't buy, and you can't get domestically, and it'll have a positive effect for us long term, I think, and certainly in their development. But Villarreal were good and they made chances. Sometimes we created our own issues in the first half when John Flanagan played a loose ball. Joe Worrell couldn't get to it and he streaked in and goal. And again, this is when Alan McGregor came up. Two saves in the first half that were top quality, and just a wonderful performance from him. Then comes this red card incident, and the referee had caused his own problems because he books a Villarreal player for a booking tackle. There was no problem with it. Then he books Daniel Candeias. I've got the blue tinted specs on, I'll admit this. I thought it was a wee bit harsh, but could well have been a booking. I'll watch it back. But then Villarreal, two of their players come at pretty much identical levels of seriousness fouls and don't get booked. And I think the Rangers fans are kind of wondering quite what is going on with this. And when you would think, okay, it's starting to calm down, there's a blatant foul on James Tavernier he doesn't give. I think Tav then does, run in and foul the Villarreal player, but to then turn it into a situation that ends up in a red card, I thought was entirely due to the referee. And I think he realised he'd made a mistake, but rather than correct it, he goes with the nightclub bouncer rule, which is, no, I have made my decision, and no matter whether that decision is right or not, I must stick by it. I thought at that point this is a long shot, because we were having to work pretty hard to keep in the game when we had 11 men. To do it with 45 minutes, the way they can use the ball, they could and did bring on Santi Cazorla and Moreno in the second half. I thought, no, we could be in a bit of bother here. But they fought like bears. They absolutely scrapped, and they made sure that they competed for everything, and that Villarreal were going to have to earn it, and they have the quality to do so, and they almost did on a couple of occasions, but we held out, tested them ourselves. Young Glenn Middleton had one ruled out for offside, and I think it was offside. And see, when something goes against us and it's fair, I don't have a problem with it. It's only when it's blatantly wrong that I'll complain. But kind of laugh at it. Come on, look sharp. He had a long effort that the keeper kept out. Great draw for us. And even just from a pride point of view, and of course prize money, but even just from a pride point of view, to be able to do that was fantastic. And I know coming out of there at night, all the Bears round about me, I'm just so proud of them, and that's a great feeling to have. That's us now lost one match in 13 European performances, which is incredible. That's us got 6 points in the Europa League group stage. There were people who were saying we wouldn't get any. So to be in, and with our destiny in our own hands, to be in with a chance of going to Vienna, winning, and then we'll go through is remarkable. And the team deserved nothing but credit tonight. I thought they were splendid, and hopefully now they can get rested. We can bring in a few fresh faces for the game against Hearts, which is always a tough one, and this one will be especially. But I'm looking forward to it. We're in a position now where we've got the chance to go top of the league, and we've got the chance to get through in European competition. Look where we were this time last year. It's fabulous, the amount of work that Rangers have put in and how it's paying off. And remember, it's a process. We're not going to get back to where we belong quickly, or overnight rather, but we're getting there, and we're probably getting there at a pace that exceeds what we can reasonably expect. So thank you to the Rangers team tonight. That's all we ask of you. You left everything out on the park, and I don't like to speak for Bears, but I think I'm fairly confident that no one will be too upset with me for saying we are all very, very proud of you tonight. So thank you. I thought that the Rangers supporters tonight were magnificent. Ibrox was an absolute cauldron, especially in the second half. We just got right behind the team and it was raucous. So well done to everyone involved. If you want to hear a little bit more from us, Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast comes out on a Monday and a Thursday, anywhere you get your podcast, free and always will be. But if you want even more, we're celebrating today our first anniversary on Patreon, and we've got just under 3,600 people who have signed up and stayed and listen to us on a daily basis. Up to 5 shows per day there. All topics covered to do with Rangers, but also other football topics and some other fun things as well. I think you'll like it. It's just $1.99 per month. Go to patreon.com/heart and hand. I'm off now to try and calm my brain down and get some sleep. Until I talk to you again after the game against Hearts of the weekend, have a good one. Take care. Bye.